No, okay, it was like a couple of weeks ago, and that didn't do it then.
Yeah, no. You see, everybody else that uses this template now has it spinning as well because we made it. Well, Daddy made it spin. Because we can.
Because we can.
Okay.
Does the website have to stay? Sorry, go ahead. You just do it. Does the website have to stay the way it is?
Okay. Are we recording?
We're recording, yes.
Okay. Well, can I just say thank you for you and Andrew for coming, and Stuart, I'm sure you'll be seeing this a little bit later. So, but thank you very much for taking on the role of social directors, social network directors. Media. Whatever, you know what I mean. Okay, Kristen, what do you mean about keeping the website the same?
Hang on, let's start at the beginning. This is the back office.
Yeah, go ahead.
And if we go to club website and content editor, no, which one is it?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to find the template.
Homepage.
Homepage editor. Cool.
And then down the bottom.
There we go. We've got our zone maps. This shows you what the website looks like and what you can edit. Anything in pink you can edit.
Okay.
Anything outside of the pink you can't edit. Okay, so if we compare that to this, this is the news that you can't edit, but every time you add a news item, it appears here. This you can, all of this you can, and then, and so on and so forth. So by using these zones, you can put anything pretty much anywhere you want.
Okay.
So up here now we've got all of these areas on the home page that we can edit. And zone 1 through 9.
Yeah, because I had trouble because it used to say zone, as it does 1, 2, 3, 4 across. I've labelled them left-hand side menu and all that sort of stuff, so the title's a bit easier to work out.
So if you want to edit one, so for instance, the President's message, you can just go over, click on edit. It then brings you up with a standard WYSIWYG editor of just that section, which you can then change. So if I put like a second full stop here and then save it, then we go back to this page and hit refresh. Most important to hit refresh. We've now got 2 full stops. So that just shows you it's just a standard. I don't know if you guys have ever played with WordPress or Joomla or any of those sort of things. Kind of similar to that within the limitations of this zone map thing on the front page. Now, this only applies to the front page. When you have your own pages, the internal pages, you can do anything you like with. So, for instance, if we go to one of these pages, that one's just a really small page with some icons and some links. And so on and so forth. They're basically blank pages you can fill in any way you want. The editor allows you to do all of that.
Can I just say, while we're at Muna, if we can keep this sort of information down here similar on all pages and down the bottom, that'll be great for formatting. Also, with, for example, these dates, we like to put the expression of interest form across to the district website, because that way it will always be up to date. It's not up to you to have to change it every single year. And you sort of go, well, it's only once a year, but you look at all the Rotary programs there are, and
then all of a sudden something will be postponed for a week and you haven't changed our website, and then somebody will come and say, but it said on the website it was this date and it ends up being that date, and that kind of thing. So if you just link to where the actual information is, we've found it's a lot less grief in the long run.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and the page editor is very similar to this. You should do that because you do it way more often than I do.
No, I was going to actually put something in, because in this particular service, I think it was remote communities in Central Australia, we've,
I don't
oh,
click.
Oh, we have done it already. Oh, there we go.
Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. No, number 20.
Oh, yes. That was just the way it came through. I didn't realise it came.
Well, that's just my computer.
That's your computer that does it that way.
It traps PDFs and downloads them rather than displaying them.
Oh, okay. Fine.
But that's got nothing to do with anybody else. Mostly they'll just come up in another window.
Okay.
It was like my phone does the same thing.
Okay, cool. And if you look at it, I've just basically very quickly put the information up that was sent to me. It's not a great way of doing it, but, you know, you can change these things around. And especially as there's 3 of you, you can work together. And it will make life so much easier, and it's not all on one person to do. And it's up to you whether you want to have, you know, a leader of the committee, and so things don't get overlapped and 2 people aren't doing the same thing. That's up to you. There's 3 of you. You can work together, do it however you like.
Okay. That's that one you clicked on there, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, so an easy way to find out how to edit this page, if you want to edit this page and, for instance, get rid of number 20, this 4 digits at the end here, 8705, remember that. Then we go in here and we can say content editor, and you say 8705, hit enter, and then you find the one it is. For some reason there's multiples that uses that in association with this, so we can say knitting projects and you can edit.
No, it was under photos.
Oh, sorry, under photos.
Oh, no, sorry, I apologise.
So now we can just go down there and delete number 20.
And all the numbers afterwards.
Well, yeah, well, we can see if anybody notices.
Well, you can't, because on the map itself, they're all the numbers are already written.
But there was no map.
Yeah, it was there. It was a PDF.
It was a PDF. You just got a link. It's see
So
the map showing the areas. All right.
Okay.
The map there.
Okay.
So if can we open it?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be smart to like screenshot it and put a picture on the website?
If you want to do that, you certainly may. Absolutely.
Okay.
We'll just show you what it looks like, so you know.
That one. Must be that one. So there's the map.
Okay, and there's the handwritten numbers down the bottom.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's
right, okay.
why we can't really change the numbers around unless you want to go and change all the numbers on there as well.
No, I'll be right. Thanks.
Let's see if they noticed when 20 is missing.
So yeah.
And look, if you just want to screen capture that sort of area, that's fine too, because it still shows you South Australia, Western Australia and Queensland.
Yeah, look, and if you wanted to do that, and then you could, actually draw or print on the map or on a PDF next to it, or have lines on them, from each one to the map. I mean, you guys can do whatever you feel like you've got time to do.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Okay.
Whatever you have time to do.
Okay.
If you want, you can stick up a PDF and a list, or you can, go to town.
And look, why it's double spaced was just because it was easier at the time, and that's what it was. Okay? Because a lot of times I just don't have the time to do it all. So.
Okay, so yeah, that's definitely the simplest way of finding stuff. You can also search based on headline or date or whatever, but if you just grab those last 4 digits, that narrows it down. So what's that one? If I go to that one, it's
Come.
page. Definitely a different page. Okay, now the other thing is the menu. Up the top here, we have a menu that goes in all directions. And you go down, and then it goes out again, and then I think you can even go out again from there. So to edit that, we go to the menu editor, funnily enough. And this is the menu here in a tree form. So if we go under service, we can open it up. Then we can show sub-menus. And if you want to move something around, you just drag and drop it. So you just grab this overview and you can move it down into a different place. So basically, to create a new menu item, you just... where is it? Oh, there's an add new somewhere.
No,
Okay.
you.
Oh yeah, here you go. So you just type in the text you want.
Mhm.
A new menu. And create it. And now it will appear here as new menu. But we don't want it there. We want it actually under Days for Girls. So we just grab it and put it under Days for Girls. Oh, went under newsletters. It's a bit finicky sometimes.
Now you have to if you do it on the Days for Girls folder, yeah.
I'll actually drop it on top of that.
There
Okay.
you go.
Cool. So that's how you do it. So now if we go back to here, hit refresh. Nothing appears until you hit refresh. Then under service, Days for Girls, we now have a new menu item. And it doesn't show another arrow because you haven't put anything underneath for it to come out yet. So even though it's a folder, and it won't click because it's a folder. I'm clicking away, but nothing's happening. So then you create a page and then you drag the page under that new menu item. So it's pretty simple, really, to get it all in the right place.
Now you can weight that as well. So if you want new menu at the top, you can go to sort order. Okay, and you can sort them as well. Okay.
You guys will figure that out.
Yeah.
You can just give them numbers to say which one comes first, which one goes second.
Yeah. 1 to 10.
To delete an item here, you just click on it and then click on delete up the top. And it thinks, and then it's gone.
Okay, now Heather wants to change service to volunteering. So if you can change that while you're here, that'd be great.
Okay, so you just double click on it. It's done. We go back here and hit refresh, and it's done. So instant gratification. I love that.
You always have to.
I know, right? Okay, what's next?
So it's got Rotary themes and that sort of thing. We don't do anything with the back end of the website anymore because it's just another place to keep all the information up to date. So we've got the Dropbox already. So it's just basically going through it again. So we don't worry about the Clubhouse or any of that
And
sort of stuff.
I think this is updated by the server anyway.
Yeah.
This just happens. This is where I updated the logo.
Yep.
From the regular one to the animated one.
So
Okay.
this is the website. I don't know who's going to be looking after Facebook and Twitter. I think Stuart's interested in Twitter. So that's cool. We've already sent him the details and passwords and that sort of stuff. We'll send you an email with your login to this. We'll probably do that after the meeting because we will back it up and make sure that it's all backed up from now, and then you guys can go and play and we won't have any issues.
The district ones, ignore. They're not in use. This is for when districts take this system well, but we're the only, or we're one of, 2 or 3 clubs in the district that use this particular server. So that's not relevant. So everything you do is under club website. Club admin, we don't use either. That's where we can actually put all the members and whatever in, but we don't. The secretary looks after all of that, and then membership look after that. And we don't use the website to do it. So it's the only time I ever go into club admin is to actually create users like you guys so that you can access the back office of the website.
Okay.
If we can go to the front page for a sec, the only thing that I would suggest is that you set out some sort of formatting. I tend to like everything blocked because it looks like a newspaper. So as you go down, you'll see
Left and right justified.
and you go further down, 2 streams of it again. It looks a lot neater, and I try and do that on most pages as well.
Yeah, see, here's a bit that isn't blocked and it just looks a bit ugly, you know?
Yeah. Every now and again, things get through. You'll also be updating the guest speakers and dinners. Look, you can get rid of them as soon as we've had them if you want. I tended to leave everything in until the end of the month because not so long ago we didn't have that many guest speakers, and when we're going for a website award, it looks better if it's nice and full. So
Okay.
Now these also, I think these are, yeah, when we create a Facebook event, we link the guest speaker's name to the Facebook event. So you can see down the bottom those links are active. And we usually keep them, what, about a week in advance or something, the events? You don't sort of set them up for a month out or anything, do you?
sometimes I do, depending on how many there are. But as you can see, I don't have many there that are already set up. So with Facebook, I don't usually do a club assembly, but that's quite, you're happy to do a club assembly event if you wish, to get more people along. I tend to pin it on the day or the day before. Not that I've done it today, but that's beside the point. I try to do these things. So then when people come to Facebook, it actually says it was for Tuesday, just to make life a little bit easier. I tend not to share much from other Facebook pages because then it's the same information. So especially within our district. I may do it from other districts because not that many people have friends in the other districts. So,
but yeah, go for original content wherever possible, or at least rewrite stuff to give it a bit of a local spin or something, or maybe how it's relevant to our club, so it's not just the same cookie cutter stuff that people see on all the other Rotary feeds. If
at all possible, I would suggest that you use these here. So this is president at, and all these here, PE at, so people don't have their personal email address come up on the website.
Yeah, so if you want to link to any of the members, use their title in their email rather than their actual email address, because then next year when it's a different president, it'll still link to the president, the current president. So you don't have to go through and edit all your articles to update all of the email addresses and stuff all the way through. Oh, which reminds me, when you create a new page, go to Content Editor. Go back to that one we were on before. It has this thing called the expiry date. So if you want something that's to only appear for a week or 2 weeks or a month and then disappear, just set the expiry date and it'll automatically go away when that date goes past. Do you have to still manually change that?
I manually
change that to basically just change the year to 99. And then by then you won't care whether it's still there or not.
Yep.
But that's stuff you don't want to go away. But anything you want to go away, that's a really handy feature. Or if you want something that doesn't appear for a while yet, you actually start to put the release date and it'll automatically appear on the website on that date. So that's a little gotcha, that when you create pages for the first time, it usually sets the expiry date to 30 days out or something like that. So all of a sudden all this work you've done starts disappearing and you're wondering what on earth is going on. So that's something you definitely need to take notice of when you create pages.
Yeah, back to me. Back on the, go to this one. On the front page, we have these articles down the bottom here. Now, some are just to, about a Bunnings barbecue, which isn't necessary to keep. But there may be something about the Tassie Tag Along tour that we may need to keep, or Teddy's on the Loose, that sort of thing. We may need to find a spot in one of our menus for it. And if there's not one there that says Teddy's or knitting, you can put it into articles. Okay, and these are like articles in any newspaper, and you just set them into there.
So you take them off the front page, so we don't lose them when you get rid of them off the front page. Put them away somewhere. Another way of doing it, actually, and one that is probably a little bit more logical, is when you put an article up on the front page, create the article then at the time, so that when it's time to come off the front page, it already exists and you don't have to worry about copying and pasting. You sort of create it twice in the first place. So it's in both places to start with, and then the first one can disappear and it doesn't get lost.
Now for content, a lot of it I acquire myself. Members are meant to be sending you information on their projects that they do. and sometimes you do have to prompt them along the way a little bit. Whoops. I'll let you get going.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, you have to keep pleading and begging with people to send you some stuff. So if you can do that, do that. Otherwise, you're going to have to sort of beg, borrow, and steal, or write, or whatever you do. Because it's like pulling teeth sometimes, apparently. So that's that one. How's your list going?
Okay, I'm pretty good on the list. Redirect to district websites, did that. Formatting the same.
Yeah, contact people. The contact message at the bottom and bylines and all that sort of stuff. Try and keep them on everything.
Yeah. Formatting is just, to me, it makes things look so much neater and more organised. So what I would like to do, and this was just my thoughts, but I would like a portal page. So it comes in, and instead of having all this information just absolutely thrown at you all the time, is to just have like an opening page to say what Rotary is and what the E-Club is and a few pictures of what we do. But that's another thing down the track. So is that the sort of thing you were thinking about, Kristen?
I don't know.
Tell me, come on.
Okay, for the first, those things I can change for this guy, but I kind of find the website kind of frustrates me because it looks like super. Okay, well, it's for old people.
It's for older people, or it's got older people?
It's for old people.
Okay. Yeah, and look, and I'll agree with that, because a lot of the information that is sent through is from Ian and Heather.
I meant from the layout.
Oh, well, the layout, like you could see from the template.
I can't take anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
The front page we can't fix. However, like Ian said, if you want, see at the moment you can see the URL is rotarynews.info/club yada yada. But if we actually type in Rotary E-Club nextgen.org like that and hit enter, it automatically redirects to that /club page. But what we can do if you want is put an actual website on that page, on the Rotary E-Club nextgen.org page, which you can then have anything you like, and then you can have just a link to this page as, the club homepage, or you can then have sublinks if you want to actual articles within this page as well. So, because if you go to an article in here, you can just grab that and make it into a link from your outside page. So if you want to do that, more than happy to host it, give you FTP access. You can do it in HTML, whatever you want to do. It's not a problem. So if you want to do it, we can do it.
Okay.
I think it definitely needs something. I think it's kind of just you jump straight on there. This is like all this information.
Yeah.
And it kind of doesn't really sort of welcome you in what you're actually looking at and what you've actually landed on.
Feel free to design something, and we can certainly post it. That's not a problem.
Can you type in Parkwood Rotary? Because
the only thing I use the website for, to be completely honest, is to go to Zoom.
Yeah, well, and a lot of people do that.
And because, I get on the page and it's just it frustrates me every time because I don't know where to start.
Okay, so this is a different one. This is Parkwoods, but
I like
photos across the top, which it's a little bit better, but again, it's still a template.
But then I prefer ours because this is a bit weird.
So, but I like the idea of the photos scrolling across and things like that.
Mm.
So
just like that, but when they're completely across the top.
So like I said, if you guys want to design something, I can even set up a WordPress website if you like. Whatever you want to do, I'm happy to
work with you.
Yeah.
But basically, as from tonight, we're happy to hand it over and let you guys work on it.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
And we have, we're email, you can WhatsApp us, you can do anything to, if you've got a question.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, Paul, we
What's his
will.
Facebook?
Sorry, Lauren. Kristen. Sorry, Paul. Sorry, other daughter, Kristen.
Thank you.